Wave 3 Listens Live, taking your calls to hear what you have to say on Kentuckiana's first live local TV talk show, and hitting the streets to be live on location in your community. This is Wave 3 Listens Live.
And welcome to Wave 3 Listens Live. It is a feel-good Friday. I'm John Ramsey, and I'm looking forward to talking to a couple of gentlemen who are going to talk to you about something that's important to all of us, your personal security, especially in the technology world. If you own a company or if you just have a personal computer, this is good stuff because there's a lot of news out there about hacking, people compromising your computer, and getting a hold of information you just don't want them to have. We're going to talk to two guys who are going to help you out with that. First of all, we have a topic today, and it's a fun one. Hey, Wheaties. You know, everyone, you remember when you were a kid, you thought that, hey, if I just eat Wheaties, I'll run faster, jump higher. Well, Wheaties still exist. They still have that reputation, and they're bringing back some folks to go on the cover. You know what I'm saying? If you're on a Wheaties box, you have truly arrived. Muhammad Ali, Bruce Jenner, and Mary Lou Retton are appearing on new Wheaties boxes. They're retro boxes. They're bringing them back. As you know, Muhammad Ali, 1960 Rome Olympic champion, and he won a gold medal there, three-time heavyweight champ of the world, and it all began right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Bruce Jenner was a decathlete, won a gold medal at the '76 Montreal Games, and Mary Lou Retton, 1984 Los Angeles Games, she won an all-around gold. Who would you like to see on a Wheaties box? Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sports figure. You can call with a hero of your choice. Let us know who should be on a Wheaties box. Now, right now, I'm asking you to go to wave3.com, click on the Listens page. Later on, we'll take your phone calls. All right, now it is that time, as everyone may know, because they've been well advertised, Voice.net. They always say simple solutions around complex technologies. Well, they're hopefully going to make it simple for me. I have Scott Klink with me. Scott, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
And I also have Aias de Sousa. I think I got that right.
You did. Good job.
Well, thank you very much. With RSA. Now, these gentlemen are here for a reason because they have a partnership, and it's to protect people like you and I and companies around Louisville. Scott, if you would, first of all, before we talk about the partnership, tell me a little bit about Voice.net.
Oh, good. We're a local consulting company, and kind of our claim to fame is that we help companies leverage existing technology to achieve strategic goals and objectives. So we help them deploy security solutions, infrastructure solutions to grow their networks and secure their environments for their customers.
And RSA has an expertise in securities, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
You know, RSA's namesake is in, the area of identity protection, with the most widely adopted platform in Secure ID. We also protect over 80 million identities online through our relationships with multiple banking customers.
All right, and folks locally, if you read the Courier Journal, if you watch this station, when people's computers are compromised, it can be expensive, it can be embarrassing, all of the above. Scott, I am so happy you're doing something about this. Tell me, first of all, tell me about some of the national stories. Familiarize our audience, if they've forgotten, about some of the people who have had their computers compromised, who have had them hacked into, and there were really severe consequences.
We've talked about a few. Some of them, obviously, from a customer's perspective, it's kind of sensitive, so they hate to have us mention names. But just leave it to say that it ranges from proprietary information on products and services they offer. There's been a lot of things here lately about personally identifiable information, social security numbers, credit card information that gets out. So those are some of the things we get really worried about and concerned about, things that basically put them at risk and put our customers at risk.
And I want you both to weigh in here, Aias and Scott, if you could both weigh in, the importance of the partnership between Voice.net and RSA and how you can actually complement each other to help our viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, RSA looks to partner with organizations in local markets to deliver a complete total solution to our customers. As the manufacturer, we deliver only half of the solution for our customers, and we leverage relationships that we have with like Voice to bring their expertise to fully integrate within a customer's organization.
I would imagine if we have IT folks out there or CEOs, or if you just have a personal computer, you're going to be interested in this information. Tell them about the seminar that is coming up. And if you could give me a little bit of an overview, Scott, of some of the things that will be discussed and addressed, because this is good stuff.
Yeah, we're very pleased to actually have Sam Curry. He is Chief Technology Officer for RSA, who's going to be here, and only one of a few sites nationwide. which Sam will be here to talk about advanced security threats for organizations. It's going to be on February 22nd. It's going to be held in Jeffersonville. For more information on that, they can go to our website or they can contact our main office number, I think will be up on the screen, and get information from Rob Crothers, who will be able to collect their registration and get them all set for that. We're very excited about his ability to talk about the advanced security threats, how companies can respond to that, how they can identify those things, how they can take action to protect their systems.
All right. And yes, if someone goes to this and they say, wow, I need to take action with my company, better now than later, I'm telling you, because as hackers are becoming more advanced too. It's kind of like drug testing, you know, when you talk about the Olympics, we were talking about the Wheaties box, is staying in front of the people who are trying to beat it. And so this is important. How difficult, if someone decides to deploy your system, how difficult is it to do that?
Well, and that's a great point, John. You know, I mean, what we're seeing is an evolving threat landscape. You know, what traditional technologies that were out there are no longer adequate because people are now becoming the weak point in computer organizations. You know, with the emergence of iPads and iPhones, it's becoming more and more difficult for IT organizations to get a handle on, you know, so awareness is the first thing that we usually advocate for our customers to start with, and then leveraging best-of-breed technologies to be able to gain visibility into what's going on outside the four walls of their building.
All right. And Scott, are there any indications of if someone is watching, like I said, whether it's an IT person or a CEO, the owner of a business, and they're saying, I think my system may have been compromised. I think someone may be hacking into my system. Are there indicators for that? Red flags, things that, you know, I thank you very much for dumbing this down a little bit for me, but help me out a bit there.
There are a lot of tools. I will tell you some of the key things to keep in mind is that if you're being attacked, you know, you're really kind of behind the eight ball at that point. The best preparation, the best preventative for it is to be proactive with it. So people need to collect information on the systems they have on the network, and know their addresses, know what applications operate in their networks, know what their vulnerabilities are and their risk is. So it really comes down to assessing the risk on their network. And then when they do suspect an attack is happening, who do they contact within an organization so they can take the appropriate action? Because a lot of people who might recognize an attack may not be technical. You and I, for example, may not be able to recognize it, but when they feel like something may be up or something is going on, they need to be able to notify the appropriate person so they can take the right action. But to do it proactively as opposed to reactively, because by the time they really discover it, what we're finding out is statistically about 79% of organizations, by the time they discover they've been hacked, it's been going on for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So it's really at that point, the damage has already been done.
Oh,
that's right.
Okay, yes, now, assuming, and as I said, please dumb this down a little bit for me. If someone were to, if I owned a company, I'm a CEO, obviously, if as an individual, it can be for personal reasons, just to get personal information, you know, credit cards, et cetera. What are some of the reasons someone would want to hack into a company's information? Competitors? Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, what we're seeing is, you know, the attackers now are moving past traditional motives of, you know, financial gain through credit cards. They're now starting to move into trying to acquire intellectual property so that they can now, you know, further advance their own technologies within their own organization by stealing the information of others. We're seeing it, you know, more and more coming from well-organized, well-funded nation states, where they're, you know, leveraging an attack on one organization to gain access to another. For the ultimate gain of no longer being just directly driven to financial gain.
Oh, interesting. Now, Scott, when did you realize that a partnership with RSA, we were ready? It was timely. It's time to take action. Was there something, because obviously Voice.net has had a different agenda prior to that. Now it's kind of changed and evolved as technology has evolved. When did you realize as a company it's time to have a partnership with RSA?
You know, we've been dealing with infrastructure and networks for many, many years. We started in 1994, as I mentioned before, and security has always been part of our organizational process. It's been in different elements of it. We actually came to be involved with RSA through our relationship with another company, EMC, who is the parent company of RSA. However, we've always known RSA to be a premier provider of security solutions across the board. They've always been a leader. So it was a natural fit as our company. We try to find best-in-breed technologies that play well together and fit well together. And so RSA really is part of a whole suite of solutions that just work well together and allow us to get a full picture of a company's network and their security posture.
Okay. Yes, and Scott, I'm going to ask you this. What kind of folks should come to this seminar next Wednesday? Who do you expect to see? Obviously, CEOs, IT folks. Who would you like to see at this seminar?
We've actually looked at targeting the C-level type of the organization, the CTOs you mentioned, chief security officers, but truly anybody who's responsible for the network in their organizations, and not just the network and the technology, but the information contained in the network. So when you look at that could be a chief executive officer, the president of a company, but anyone who's really concerned about what's going on in their company and who feels like that information is vital, proprietary, or critical for their operation.
Yes, how about the folks at home who have a personal computer who worry about hacking? I know I'm worried about compromising, whether it be my kids, on the computer, whether it be, like we said, the basic credit card information that they may be seeking. Are you looking for those folks to attend as well?
Well, obviously, the seminar is really geared towards, enterprises and organizations. How the end users can benefit is if they're partnering with, RSA to harden their infrastructure and ensure that the information they're gathering on their customers is secured. That's how our ultimate users can really benefit from that.
Okay, before we go to break real quick, if we could throw it up on the screen. Scott, I'll let you do the play-by-play. This is all the information about the seminar. If we can jump on there real quickly and just show them a little bit, and then we'll jump into break real fast. Here it comes. Obviously, Jeffersonville. Right across the river, right?
Yeah, February 22nd, Jeffersonville. Again, more information available via our website. Registration is online, and you can also dial 502-271-2161, and Rob will take the registration information on the phone as well. Love to have you there. But again, and Wednesday, 11:30 to 1:30, the Sheraton Riverside Hotel. Riverside Drive in Jeffersonville. Sam Curry, Chief Technology Officer of RSA, will be there. It's a very unique opportunity. I'd love to have you.
All righty. Once again, Scott, IES, appreciate it. Partnership between RSA and Voice.net. You should be there. Your company's integrity. That's what we're looking at here. So once again, there's the information on the screen. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens Live. Welcome back. The Wave 3 Feel Good Friday edition of Wave 3 Listens Live. We are here today, and this has been an interesting conversation, talking to some folks from Voice.net and RSA about the integrity of your company, looking out for you, and it's something you should be very aware of. If you're an IT person, you probably are. With that being said, hey, the times they are a-changing. Technology just continues to evolve. I have IES with me, I have Scott with me, and we're talking about how you can protect your company and your personal computer as well. All right, Scott, real quickly here. Can you throw out, because I think this may get people's attention, some statistics, perhaps some industry statistics about the likelihood of a company having their computers hacked?
Well, the likelihood is they have, and that's the interesting part about it. I think we were talking earlier, about every minute, 232 PCs are hacked in the world globally. And what interestingly, again, is that about 65% of organizations believe they've been the victim of some type of an advanced security breach. 91% led to compromise in days, and about 79% were discovered for weeks that they went on. And so going back and doing the assessment, trying to find out exactly what happened, because it's very complex when someone's been allowed to get in your network that length of time.
What kind of action can you take, IES? You know, you mentioned this could be happening over a period of time, weeks, months, they could have been. What kind of action can you take? I know you can't bring back time, but with that being said, is there any way that you can protect what remaining integrity you may have on your computer systems?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. You know, I mean, identifying what's most critical to you as an organization and putting controls around that critical information. Everything within the organization is not, you know, red alert. It should something occur. But understanding what is really what helps you kind of shorten that window that Scott was talking about the weeks to discover. You know, being able to make sure that your systems are up to date. You know, patching your software, updating your antivirus, updating the different measures that you have out there to kind of insulate yourself are simple things that, you know, sometimes just go overlooked because we get busy throughout our day-to-day lives and other fires come up. And then making sure that you minimize the number of users going back to the critical systems, making sure you have a small number of users that actually have access to the most critical pieces of your infrastructure.
You know, really, Scott, this is scary because you think about it. You work so hard, you start a company, you're doing very well. Something like this happens, it can be devastating. It can't be just a little mark. It can actually kill a company.
Absolutely. You know, and what we're trying to really get our hands around now is what liability do you have as a company, not just in terms of losing your own company information, but customers' information, employee information, or what happens if your network is used to launch an attack on somebody else's network? What liabilities are there? This is all evolving and all changing as we become more and more dependent on information to do our business.
Okay. All right, IES. Now, I'm going to get somewhere with this, so hang with me for a second. I was broadcasting Wave 3 Listens from a furniture store, office furniture to be exact, and they were telling me that about their movement was now to have at-home office furniture. So with that being said, they said it's very common now. A lot of companies are saying, hey, just go ahead and work from home. Let's assume you think you have all the security systems in place, all their firewalls there at work, but then when you have an employee who's communicating with you at home, how much does that compromise the company system?
Well, obviously, it starts to move that perimeter, right? You're moving it out to the edge outside of your data center, so that's where you really start to have to incorporate some strong passwords, some strong authentication methods to make sure that the users that are coming in via remote access, you know, are truly the users that they say they are.
Okay, do you want to add anything to that, Scott?
Just that when we talk about security, it is pretty interesting. We do deal with a layered approach to security. It's some of the RSA tools and others are really part of an overall picture that includes firewalls, intrusion prevention. The RSA tools allow us to monitor and protect identity. But the best approach to securing your networks is a layered approach with multiple products and multiple technologies.
Okay. All right, guys. Now, let's suppose I'm a CEO of a company. I've spent what I think are the necessary dollars to make sure my company is protected from a technology standpoint. How soon is it before your equipment or your firewalls are obsolete? I mean, anymore, it seems like it's changing so quickly. You guys are on top of this technology. What's the answer here?
Well, that's another great question. You know, I mean, it is evolving so rapidly that traditional forms of technology and preventative measures are no longer enough. So, as Scott mentioned, taking that layered approach, you know, I liken it to putting up the ADT sign in your front yard. You know, you make it aware to attackers that, hey, it's going to be a little harder to get in here than the next guy, right? And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to put up as many walls as you possibly can to make it difficult, make that attacker think twice about coming after you, or once they get in, realizing that it is a difficult road to hoe. All
righty. Scott, where can they go for more information? Obviously, we're going to continue to put your information on the screen, but if they want more information on the seminar next Wednesday, where do they go?
They can go to www.voice.net and they can get registration online. Again, the seminar is going to be Wednesday from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Sheraton Riverside Hotel, the Bristol Bar and Grill. And they can also dial 502-271-2161 and ask for Rob, and he'll take care of the reservation on telephone as well.
Really fascinating information, and two guys who are so smart, but they are so buff, aren't they? All right, we'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens. It's the Friday edition. Welcome back to Wave 3 Listens Live. Very interesting topic today with these two gentlemen, talking about the partnership between Voice.net, RSA, and what it amounts to as security for your company. It is vital. Make sure you have it. And let's talk about the way things are changing, technology. IES, real quickly, I wanted to talk to you. We talk all the time about Facebook. You know, as you know, it's a phenomenon. It's unbelievable. With that being said, I would think it would make your job very, very tough. You've got a lot of people on one side all communicating. How much has that changed the world of security?
Well, that's made it doubly hard for, IT professionals out in the marketplace today. I mean, with the emergence of Facebook and LinkedIn, it's so easy for attackers to get specific information on individuals and launch targeted attacks at individuals through technologies like phishing. You know, everybody's probably been a victim of phishing, where you get an email, it looks like it came from somebody you know, and then it says click here. You know, please never click on the link. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. Pick up the phone, call that person, ask them if they sent that to you, because it seems so genuine because there's so much information readily available on the internet today.
Good. That's really good information and good advice. Okay, Scott, it was public information. It wasn't a client of yours. Zappos. It was all over the front page of the newspaper. We talked about it here at Wave 3 on our newscast. Something like, how could that have been avoided? The debacle at Zappos.
I would say that by taking a proactive approach to security is the most important thing you can do. Every organization needs to assume that they are vulnerable and not take it for granted. I'd say that the best tool for anybody is to audit and assess their networks, to do external penetration testing, to maintain patch management on their applications and on their equipment that's out there in the field, to develop effective access and management policies, and just to make sure they are constantly being vigilant in change management and updating their systems. But they have to be very proactive with their tools. Understand that I think there are over 300 million different malware out there in the world today, and I think it was 83% of those were invented in the last 12 months alone. It's a very high number. So we continue to see the vulnerabilities and activity increasing just exponentially.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. So essentially, most organizations are going to have to assume they're in a constant state of compromise. But just because they're in a constant state of compromise does not mean they have to live in a constant state of loss. Gaining visibility, being proactive can help minimize the amount of exposure that you have out there.
Yeah, it makes sense. I know it's a cliche, but err on the side of caution if you own a company.
Absolutely.
And like you said, proactive is the key word. Before we head to break here real quick, if we can, put that information on one more time. As I said, don't compromise the integrity of your company, its technology system. Attend this seminar next Wednesday. IEA, Scott, you guys want to do the play-by-play and tell them where to go?
Wednesday from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m.
It'll be at the Bristol Bar and Grill. I'll be featuring the CTO of RSA. Please join us.
You guys are great. That was like Sonny and Cher, man. It was back and forth. Beautiful thing of beauty. All right. Partnership between, you'll be sunny, okay. RSA and Voice.net, a partnership to save your company, to help your company to protect the integrity of your technology systems. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about a Wheaties box here on Wave 3 Listens.
Lance, if you would.
Do what?
You're next to John.
Okay. Hi, John.
Scooter's over here.
Sean, Scooter.
Yeah.
Are we going to be, do we talk to you or do you want us to talk into it?
Yeah, talk to me.
Talk to you?
Yeah. They'll point at the cameras here how they move, but yeah, if you talk to me,
Yes,
that's
sir.
okay, but I'm three
Oh,
cameras, little angle.
1, 2, 3,
Okay, so
4.
I think
Lifetime achievement.
Welcome back to Wave 3 Listens. Having a good time here. Talking about the Wheaties boxes. They're bringing back some retro boxes. Muhammad Ali will be there on the front. Also Mary Lou Retton, Bruce Jenner. Just for fun, we're asking you, you can give us a call now, 571-5263. Who would you like to see on a Wheaties box? Does not have to be a sports figure. Any of your heroes. I have one of my heroes to my left. Lance Henriksen is with us. He's going to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award courtesy of the two guys that are with him today and the Derby City Film Festival. It's the 4th annual. I want to make sure I have this right. Let me see. I've got Scooter Downey right over here, right, Scooter? And in the middle there we have Sean Elliott.
that's right.
Welcome, and Lance, congratulations to you.
Thank you. Am I going to get a Wheaties box?
You could be on a Wheaties box.
I
You
want a
could.
Wheaties box.
You know, I was looking at your resume. I'm surprised you haven't received, and you may have, many Lifetime Achievement Awards. But it may be because of the fact you're so active. You're still working hard, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I'm surprised. That's a lot of pictures.
Well, listen to some of these movies, folks. These are iconic films. Dog Day Afternoon. He was in that movie. Of course, Terminator, Aliens, Aliens versus Predator. The Last Samurai.
Yeah,
Look at all these pages here.
Jennifer A. Wow.
Wow, look at all these.
I did that too.
Name one of your favorites.
No Escape, Boulevard. Oh yeah.
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood.
It's in the
No,
blood.
It's in the Blood.
There you
yeah.
go, because that's a feature
Powder's on
movie.
it.
That's right.
Powder's on there, too.
Well, Sean, talk about It's in the Blood.
Yeah, go.
Well, this
Go.
is this is Scooter's and my first film. Here we wrote, produced, and I starred in the film opposite Lance. Scooter directed the film, and yeah, we're now here making the festival circuit, and we're going to be screening at the Derby City Film Festival tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And yeah, really excited to be back home.
Scooter, give us a little synopsis of what the film is about. Of course, we don't want to give away all of it, but if you would.
Basically, it's about an estranged father and a son, and they go off into the woods to try to see if they can reconcile their relationship. There's something in their past that's sort of mysterious that we're uncovering as the movie goes on. And they get stuck out in the wilderness, and there's something hunting them.
Aha. So
Yes.
I'm assuming
yeah,
that's right here. That's you and Sean, father-son, I'm assuming?
right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Father-son relationships are interesting, and I think they always make for a great film. Your thoughts on this film and your role? Is it a little dark? You know, your intensity, would you agree with this, Lance, lends itself to darker roles, deeper roles, intense roles. True?
Yeah, it's true.
Good or bad?
I want a Wheaties box.
We can put you on a Wheaties box.
You know what? I have kids of my own. I have a 23-year-old and a 12-year-old girl, both girls. But when I got the script, it was as if I was visiting all my fears. You know, the things you worry about being a father and how you're going to protect and you know, all that stuff. And then you having gone through all of that, then you have a child that kind of rejects you. You know, pushing you away from your life. So it was a battle to try to get him to see that I would give up my life for him. You know, that kind of thing.
You know, you're a graduate of the Actors Studio. So did you use
You don't
some
really
of those?
graduate from that.
You don't really graduate. It's
Nah,
continuous, isn't it?
it's
Continuous.
forever.
Yeah. But with that being said, it kind of lends itself to this movie in that did you use some of your experiences to really live that movie and capture that role?
I did. I really did. You know, because the script was very well written, but we improvised a lot of it. It was really, they're showing some of it. Good.
Yep. Yeah, we're
That'll
doing a little
tell you
talk
everything.
over here because we were worried about the language, perhaps. No.
No, I won't do that. I'm trying to keep my cool. No, but there isn't a lot of bad language in that movie. A little bit.
There's a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
to
rated R.
spice it up.
So what inspired you guys to write this movie? Relationships with your own fathers? Scooter, Sean, what are your thoughts?
You know, I guess. I mean, I think it came out of some dark place.
Come on,
I'm not
bone up,
sure
man.
where.
You know, after we were
No,
on the
my-
set for a while, I realized, I said, what happened to these guys? You know, it always comes from a source. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Once again, it's the Derby City Film Festival, the 4th annual. And Sean, Scooter, if folks would like to see this movie, tell them where they can go for more information, how they can get tickets, and also how they can watch Mr. Henriksen receive his Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well, like I said, we're going to be showing
There's
the
the
film.
info.
We're going to be showing the film tomorrow at 8 o'clock at the Derby City Film Festival. There's going to be a Q&A session afterwards where Lance is going to answer some additional questions. And then right before the screening, they're going to be awarding Lance the Lifetime Achievement Award. So, yeah, theoretically, if you buy tickets to the screening, then
I
you
also
can...
brought a biography, by the way.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah, I got my biography.
You got a brand new biography.
I'm peddling and peddling.
Yeah, he'll be doing. He's going to be doing a
Wheaties
Q&A.
box.
Wheaties box is
signing
next.
session. Yeah,
Wouldn't
from
it be
3 to
cool,
4.
That would be cool. Be on a Wheaties box? Are you
Wheaties
kidding me?
box, man.
You know, that may happen for you. It seems like every actor I talk to, Lance, they always have a dream role or maybe a role they turn down and they say, wow, I regret that move. Is there a role like that for you? I mean, obviously,
actually
this
gonna
resume
do
is
one.
impressive.
I'm going to do one. It's called Ambush, and I'll be playing a guy that's very, very, very close to Ted Turner. And so it's really happening. You know, it's a wonderful script, and it's going to be
Wow. So
Yeah.
we got the inside scoop right here, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Ambush. Okay, Ted Turner. Can you give us a few more details?
Yeah, it starts out at breakfast. This Ted Turner kind of character, he's reading a paper, and some guy got burned alive by these bunch of punks, and he goes to the neighborhood that they're in, dressing like a bum, and tries to lure them in, and they follow him and try to kill him.
Wow.
And he ends up killing them all, but not with guns or anything, but with their mistakes. So that's how the movie opens.
Wow.
Yes, it's pretty good.
That sounds
so
good.
You got a guy who's very defined and very, very ready to take stuff on. So.
Now, obviously, here at the Derby City Film Festival, we've got a new movie to debut. I'm curious. You seem to be involved in a lot of action roles, a lot of science fiction roles.
Yeah.
What do you prefer as an actor? Where would you like to move in your career? Are you owning that? Do you say this is me and I'm going to own that?
No, you know what I really want to do now? I mean, I'm enjoying doing those roles, but we've already shot something called Bring Me the Head of Lance Henriksen. It's already shot.
Oh, really?
And that's gonna get on television, but it's about ageism in the industry, so Adrienne Barbeau's in it, and John Saxon, and all these, Tim Thomerson, and it's a comedy, a full-out, improvised, the whole thing.
Adrienne Barbeau, I still have a thing for her.
Oh, she's great.
Is she really?
Yeah.
See, now we're the guys just
She ought to
talking
be on a
here.
Wheaties box.
Yeah, she ought to be on a Wheaties box. You got that right.
Maybe sugar-coated Wheaties.
Oh, I like your style. All right. Sean Scooter, again, tell everyone, come see this film. I want you to do a little bit of a sell for me, because I do, just watching the previews, this looks very interesting. I like the premise of the movie. Hey, if you're a dad, if you're a mom, if you're a son, a daughter, you've got to see this, the relationships, interesting stuff. Again, sell for me, if you would, please.
I mean, it's a new movement within the film art, So I would implore all of you guys to come see it, and you're going to go on an experience watching it. You're going to go into the wilderness, and you're going to come out transformed.
Wow, sounds pretty cool.
I promise you this. I've done a lot of big budget films, all kinds of films. There are about 5 scenes in this that will stand up to any movie. Any movie.
Wow.
Promise you.
Now that's pretty strong, especially,
Yeah.
like I said, looking at your resume. Again, we're showing a little bit of the clips there. Yeah, there we go, a little of the trailer. And guys, this looks intense. And I've got to tell you, Lance, you have an intensity about you. The voice, the eyes, steely. I wouldn't want to be sitting across from you and you be in a bad mood. Are you married?
Not now, no. That's why I've been through a marriage. The kids love me. The wives moved on.
Not so much, huh? Okay. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Good luck with you and your film.
Thank you
And
very
once again,
much.
it's Derby City Film Festival. It's the 4th annual. We'll be right back. Wave 3 listens. We're absolutely live on a Feel Good Friday.
Thank you, pal.
Thank
Long time ago. Can you open that up for me, please? Sure.
Maggie here. Susan and Nancy, right? Welcome back to Wave 3 Listens on a Feel Good Friday. Taking your phone calls. Who would you like to see on a Wheaties box? 571-5263. Doesn't have to be a sports figure. Apparently they're bringing out some retro boxes. Mary Lou Retton will be there.